Hey everyone, Ittarra here, bringing you our next episode of Warframe 101. In this episode, we're going to discuss how to actually properly start off modding your Warframes, and mostly your Warframes. We're not going to go weapons yet, because we'll do weapons at a later time. As of right now, we're just doing Warframes, because this game just throws you in the deep end with an anchor around your neck and expects you to swim. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to take Oberon Prime here and just go to an upgrade, and then we're just going to start off with just normal config B. As you can clearly tell, ignore the red. This will not be red by the time we're done here. The first thing, and the absolute first thing you always want to do, is you want to put a mod in your aura slot. This top center area right here. Now, this actually follows a different rule than a polarity does. If you put and match the polarity in the aura mod slot, like so, you double the capacity. Now, if you noticed on the left here, it went from 60 to 78. Aura mods increase your overall capacity. So, in turn, you want to make sure that you match that to get the most out of your Warframes. Of course, you can always use a Forma to change the polarity on those things as well. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going through the very bare bones basic of what you want to build, and we're going to go from there. Don't worry about advanced builds. Like I said before, this is Warframe 101 just to help you get your feet wet and make sure you understand everything. Now, the first thing you always want to do is you want to make sure you have redirection and vitality. Those are the two biggest. Now, when you get more in-depth with Warframe, you'll find builds and so on and so forth that don't equate to you using these two or one or the other. But don't worry about that for right now, just focus on this, because with Vitality and Redirection, you will get the necessary, not necessarily tank, but you'll get more survivability out of it. So, I don't know if I said that right. Apologies if I did, and I slurred there. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to actually use a flow. Hold up, let me just get a regular flow here, and just put it in there. And the reason why we want to use a flow is like it says here, energy max is plus 150. So that will actually increase how often you can use your abilities, and generally it can actually go with other builds such as quick thinking or other mods as that. Now, the reason why you want flow over, let's say, a power strength mod is because the more you can cast your abilities, the more you can survive, keep enemies CC'd, or so on and so forth. And like I said before, redirection and vitality are always the best bets. Now, from here on, you can pretty much use it to your own liking. If you want intensify or power strength, you need the mod intensify here. Now, as you can clearly tell, it's 30% Warframe strength, so that means that any type of CC, such as Frost's Avalanche or Rhino's Iron Skin, I almost called it Rhino Skin, and what else was there? There was one more important... Oh, and Excalibur's just Exalted Blade in general, it will do more damage when you have Intensify. Now, Continuity is the next biggest mod, because this is ability duration. This means that anything that causes an effect, such as Volt's Electrocution Stun, as well as Excalibur's Radio Blind, or any type of healing over time, what else? Or Frost's Freeze Effect, Continuity is exactly what you want. That is ability duration. And from here on, it's pretty much all what you feel you want. As you can clearly tell here on my config A, I have pretty much the basic bare bones of just anything to make myself feel stronger than what I really am. I use stretch for ability range to make sure that my heals and my hollowed ground or whatever will reach no matter where somebody else is on the map. Efficiency is to make your Warframe's abilities cost less. This is a great mod when you have combined it with flow, because, again, more abilities, more fun, more death, more loot, and everything else. You need the more loot, more resources. Get them Nerodes. And then, pretty much from just there on, it's more of a matter of fine-tuning and stuff like that. Now, I used Oberon as a basic example because he is pretty much the bread and butter, same with Rhino and same with a majority of other frames. However, there are a couple frames I want to make a quick note here of that you will need different builds for. Now, as you can clearly tell here, I switched to my Nova build here. And the reason I switched to my Nova build was to show you that my duration is 237%. Now, you might be wondering, why is that? Her ultimate is not based on ability is not based on ability range or power strength or anything else. It's actually based on duration, how far it will go. Now, let's just click abilities here so you guys can see. Molecular Prime. Primes all enemies in a radius with a volatile antimatter. Now, effect duration is how long they will stay slowed. Slow percentage. The duration is how long the ult will stay active, enveloping more enemies and causing more slows and so on and so forth. So, with a standard Nova, you want to build duration, not strength. Oh, excuse me, I had a little... I'm having a little bit of indigestion, so I apologize for that. Who else would be a good one? Would be a good, let's see here. You know, let's take a look at Rhino real quick. Where is he? There he is. Click on the Rhino. Please click on the Rhino. Thank you. Oh my god, you're bright, America! Now, with Rhino, as you can see here, I do have pretty much an even build across all things. Now, with Rhino, I feel like that's your first taste of not only all-round and jack-of-all-trades, but I feel like that's your first indication of what it means to actually have a putty frame, as it were, where you can mold and sculpt and build him the way you actually want to. Now, I believe it's power strength that makes your ferrite armor stronger, your iron skin stronger, do more damage, and so on and so forth. Now, the reason I built him all around is because I use him not only for tanking, but also because of CC, which is why his duration is higher than usual, and I believe I use him to actually buff my allies with Roar, which I think is, what, 80%? Something like that? Yeah, damage increases 80%. So, there you go. Now, when it comes to building a proper frame, like I said, you just want to focus on the bare bones basic. Vitality, redirection, streamline, and so on and so forth. Get those up. Don't worry about the max builds and everything else. Always make sure that you have your redirection and your vitality going full strength and full steam ahead. Because there's no point in you actually wanting to build one of the high-end endgame builds if you can't even survive a single bullet. So just take it slow. Again, this is Warframe 101. This is not the end-all, be-all. Always try to get your vitality, your redirection, and then when you gain more confidence, and then when you gain more knowledge of the game, go for whatever build you want. But this is just to help you get that first stepping stone, because there are so many freaking builds, and realistically, none of them are bad. Unless you use broken mods, like my friend Anna likes to do. So, let's just be real here. We don't need that. Don't use the broken mods. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I actually have Anna in a Skype call right now, and she's talking shit in my ear right now. Don't worry, she's gonna comment she'll be down in the comment section ripping me a new one anyway. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helped you understand the builds just a little bit better. If it did, please leave a comment down below. And if you have any more suggestions or you need any more help, please leave a comment and I'll be sure to answer it as soon as possible. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and be safe.